How are you feeling about the new campaign, Michael?
I'm really looking forward to it. Pre-season's a good time to work, and obviously we've refreshed the squad and it's got a new look about it. There's a lot of motivation in the building, a lot of optimism, and we're looking forward to getting started tomorrow. It's live on TV. It's a tough place to go, but we're just keen to get started now.
How well equipped do you think this squad is to regain the title?
One game at a time. I think that the quality of the players that we've brought in, you're hoping will be seen over the season. But one game at a time. I think you can't look too far ahead. My focus at the moment is just on tomorrow evening.
In terms of the personnel that you've brought in, are you pretty much there, or are you still on the hunt?
No, I think with the squad, for every player that's gone out, we've brought a player in. So if you think we lost Tillman, Kent, Morelos and Cholak, and there's a lot of speculation around Fashion Sakala as well, that's why we brought in Seema, Lammers, Dessers and Danilo. So actually that's one less. So our numbers are no bigger. I think we can tighten the squad up a little bit more, and if we was to lose a player that we wasn't planning to, certainly we can go in the market and replace. But I think the big thing now is some consistency over the next couple of windows of playing with these players and this group. We've lowered the average age of the squad, obviously. We've got players in that I think have got a good value and a good pedigree, so it's important now we let this team bed in and show their ambition on the pitch in performances. Certainly the motivation around the building seems to have gone up a few notches, but that's just words. Let's show it on the pitch now.
When you make so many changes, how important is it, or how do you ensure that you can hit the ground running?
Well, the core of the team was available at the end of the season. We'd made some decisions quite early, so we prepared for this. So no, I think you'll see a team tomorrow that's got a lot of familiar faces, and then the excitement of some new ones added in. And we're a team that plays between 55 and 60 games a season, so there's a lot of opportunity for this team to come together. It's important that we start with the right foot tomorrow and a positive result.
You spoke about Sakala there. Has there been any update on that?
Fashion won't be involved tomorrow because he's away having discussions. He's a boy and a player that I have a fantastic relationship with. But sometimes in football these things happen, an opportunity comes up and you discuss it between yourself and the player, and from there something can happen. So he's away having talks. There's nothing confirmed either way, but he won't be with the squad tomorrow.
How's the rest of the squad looking, Michael, fitness-wise? Really
good. Unfortunately, we lost Ridvan today to a slight strain. We don't know at the moment whether that's going to be days or a couple of weeks. We're hoping we caught it early, but other than that, everybody else is available. Connor Goldson comes back in the squad. Tom Lawrence is a couple of days away from... He had a clash in training with Nico Raskin in a tackle and took a bump to his knee, so it's nothing related to the previous injury.
Can you tell us where Sakala's away to? Sorry. Can you tell us where Sakala's away to?
He's obviously talking to one of the Saudi clubs.
Michael, just in terms of Cifuentes as well, announced last night, obviously we've spoken a lot about him over the last few months, but can you just tell us how happy you are to get that over the line and why you were so desperate to bring it forward to this summer to pre-contract clause?
Well, he's a player that was sought after, a player that was going to be out of contract in December. He has a really clear idea of his path and where he wants to go in his career. I was able to get in front of him quite early and have a really nice conversation with him, his family and his representatives, and then it was just a matter of whether we could do it earlier. I have to say LAFC were fantastic to deal with. These things it's probably been all signed up and done a few days before, but with the travelling involved and the visas and everything like that, it got held back. But Jose trained today with the group and goes straight into the squad tomorrow. He has been playing since January, so he's played a lot of football, as much as if more than any of the players in the squad. I do think the 2-week break that he's had before coming in is a good thing, because he has been going since January, so I think that 2-week break's a good thing. He met his teammates for the first time formally this morning and trained in the session. It's important that I involve him in the squad so that he can get a feel for the new league, because it's certainly a little bit different playing in Ayrshire than it is LA.
Just in terms of the summer in general, you've brought in 9 players, Michael. I mean, how much reassurance does that give you that the board have backed you in the market?
Well, I think the board listened to my plans straight away when I came in, we made some decisions that in the outside maybe looked tough, but with an eye to open up space and finance to bring in some of the guys we have in. As we stand now, we're no further ahead in our wage structure than what we were. What it's enabled us to do is to maybe re-energise the squad with motivation and quality, and our squad size will be slightly smaller and our budget will remain the same by the end of the window. So I'm really happy. Obviously, when Ross Wilson moved on, there was another moment of conversation, and if anything, we accelerated further with one or two additional decisions. The idea was to equip the squad for the coming years, not just for one window to the next. So what I think we've done is we've recruited a strong squad, it's got good balance, and now it's important that this team grows together. And delighted with the support of everybody in the club because of the speed that we worked at.
In terms of Danilo, obviously he's had a full week training, he had a cameo last weekend, he spoke to the media yesterday, he's ready to go. I mean, how close is he to playing from the start? Is he ready?
Yeah, he's ready, Cyril's ready, Abdullah's ready, Sam's ready, Todd's ready, Yanis is ready. There's a lot of competition and the people that earn it will play. No one's been given a free pass. There are only guarantees. It's a strong squad, and I think over the season it will bed down and people will make the shirt their own, and they've got a great opportunity, the guys that start tomorrow. Subs, obviously, now you're allowed to use more, which gives us plenty of options to change, whether it be tactically or change the way that we want to play in the game and what's required. And this month alone, up to the international break, we're hoping to play 9 games across 3 competitions. So we're going to need everyone. If anything, maybe the schedule ate the squad a little bit last year, and it's important the squad is above the schedule this year.
Just lastly, is there any update on Glenn Kamara's potential exit?
No update just yet. Glenn won't be involved with the squad at the moment, but there's no update as yet, no.
How would you compare the squad how would you compare the squad that's about to start the campaign with the one that ended the last season?
Well, the one that ended the last season ended with 92 points and ended on a really good run. I think this group's got everything to prove. I've got everything to prove. The club has. Yeah, we feel that we've recruited some good players, but that's just in the past and in maybe people's opinions. It's important now this team shows it on the pitch. It's one game at a time. I'm expecting a really tough game tomorrow at Kilmarnock, and for me, the proof in that will be time, I think, and the results that we get.
And Michael, obviously, in terms of the sheer volume of players that you've brought into the squad, can you give us a wee bit of an insight into some of the challenges that you've faced trying to get all those players to gel in time, not just for the season starting tomorrow, but of course the European campaign as well?
Well, players have arrived at slightly different times. So Danilo's only been here a few days, Jose's only been here for 1 day, for example. So there's always the challenge of that, but we have a really strong identity in terms of the way that we train, and these players were told exactly why they were coming in, where they fit in the squad, and what we want from them. They're all very, very good players. A lot of the players we brought in have played either in Serie A or the Eredivisie or national team players that have been at the top of the league. So I expect them to come in and add their personality, if you like, to our team. So I've got no issues with that. There's no excuses around that. We play tomorrow against a Kilmarnock team where Derek had been doing the same this summer. A lot of the managers in Scotland have a big turnover as well. I think what we've done is set our club up and our team up with a strong squad for the future. Now, the future starts tomorrow and onwards.
Michael, you mentioned the support you've been given. How satisfied are you with the backing you've been given?
Extremely satisfied. You know, I sat here a few months ago when a lot of questions were coming this way, and I was very calm because I knew the plan. It was then just about executing it. I've been very fortunate that I've been right at the front of that with James Bisgrove and been able to act very quickly. So I've felt a lot of freedom in terms of being able to go and recruit the players. I think by the end of the window you'll find that our net spend and it will be very close or very small, should I say, in our net spend. So it wasn't about asking the board for finance, it was about being able to reshape the squad, and some of the contract situations at the end of the year and the salaries, I was able to do that. The proof will be the results we have moving forward, whether we've made the right decisions or not, and that's a lovely expectation that starts tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to that.
Michael, how happy have you been with Sam Lammers? It looks like he's really adjusted well in pre-season. There's a lot of excitement amongst the fans. How impressed have you been with him?
Chasing Sam for a long time. Remember him as a young player. Even back to the time when I was at Chelsea many years ago, when he was young, we'd play against different teams in tournaments, and some players step out and you see them and you like them. See him again when he was 16 or 17, tried to recruit him for Rangers in the past but couldn't get it done financially. I think we've signed an excellent player. I think the position he's playing now is his strongest position. I don't think he's an out-and-out number 9. I think he's someone that plays between the lines and he's got a lot of quality. He's had a good pre-season, but his Rangers career actually starts tomorrow night. He didn't start in those games.
Just a quick word, Michael, on your opponents, and it's quite a tough opening fixture. What were your thoughts when you saw the fixture list come out?
No, quite happy, to be honest, because we've got to play everybody, obviously, and it's nice. It's a local game, if you like, before we play in Europe, and then home next week before we play in Europe again. We know this is a really busy schedule. We know there's going to be a lot of eyes on us, and it's important that our focus and our commitment and motivation is one game at a time.
Thank you, guys. Last one, Nana.
Yeah, sure. Is it just the defence then you're looking at in terms of reinforcements, and then your jigsaw's complete?
Yeah, Ben Davis has got a slight issue. That's one that I missed off there, so Ben won't be involved tomorrow. Connor's back, and we've got Leon and young Leon King, and we've got John Suter, so we're not struggling in sense of that. It might be an area that we look at over the month if one or two of the injuries don't clear up.